This play should be discussed with the crew. And I don't know how deep we want to go into this because we've got a lot of topics to cover.
Well, I would be interested to maybe hear from some folks if they are discussing this with the crew. What are some, because when you talk with the crew, you don't have all day, right? Like, what are some of the things that you think you would want to raise with the crew that would be really productive as you think about week-to-week preparation?
Exactly, and especially since crew communication was one of our biggest weaknesses in the poll responses. So love to hear answers to Sony's question. And I don't know if you guys want to raise your hand or just start talking, which is fine. Until that happens, I'm going to keep going. So we don't do a good job. We don't do a good enough job. And I'm talking when I say we, I'm talking me personally and probably the crew I've been on the last 3 years. And then I'll even extend it out. If I were to answer the poll, which I did, my biggest weakness was probably with crew communication. So I was aligned with the community, by the way. And it's so simple now with technology to clip this play, just record it on your phone, screen record it with your laptop, and send it to the crew and just ask a simple question. We're not always comfortable doing that. So John, what would you be discussing with your crew about this play? If whether it was and will you please let me know if are you thinking it through the lens of you had to play last week, or this is a team you're going to have this coming week? John, what would you be discussing?
Thank you, Brandon, and thanks for letting me participate. This happened to us opening game about 3 seasons ago, and we handled it a bit sloppy, but we did get it right. But as a result of that, every game, especially the first game of this season, we always talk about onside kick and the mechanics, what we're all responsible for, and from that, we've all learned as a crew just to expect the unexpected and be prepared for it.
Yeah. So you're it's cool how what I hear you doing is you're taking the play you guys had, your crew had, and you're going, okay, listen to what you said. Like, I'm just processing as we're going here. Mm-hmm. So you talk about who's responsible for what on an onside kick, but then the conversation kind of scales, if you will, to expect the unexpected.
Absolutely.
What does that mean for everybody?
With that, opening kick being an onside kick to, almost anything basically. So, and that, we also have done too is we've kind of found some of the more obscure rules or situations we don't always face each and every game. We've reviewed those as well too, and those have come in handy because we found later in the season, we came upon a situation where we, because of that review, because that was something we discussed, that just helped our crew and that just helped us handle that situation much better.
Yeah, and so I'll offer this in our week to week as we go. I do think the best crews, it's a mix between. Because look, we don't want to overreact. Like, we don't want to spend the rest of our pregame meetings for the rest of the season just talking about surprise onside kicks. We're not going to get a whole lot of benefit, not a whole lot of ROI out of that, because you had a surprise onside kick 3 years ago. Like you just told us,